Hi Kenya, it's Dave from OptimalResume.com. How are you? I saw that you forwarded my email on to others at Vanderbilt in the Career Center, and so what I wanted to do was also give you a short video that might help describe this new option with GPS that I'm sure you're a little bit familiar with GPS, but I wanted to help kind of crystallize what this new option is like. What we're talking about is basically a university branded version of this service. So for schools that want to pursue this, we basically will give you a link that you can put on your career services website, behind your existing employer portal, or you can even kind of hand deliver this link to employers upon request. But the idea is that on the university branded version of this service, and again, this can be kind of a school can elect only to have this option and not be included on our hub on optimalresume.com/employers. So the option is there to have this kind of be a standalone service, or to be have your students listed in both locations. But the idea is that on this branded site, it is only students from a given institution, that employers who have access to this link, and you would determine kind of who has access. Basically, those employers have the ability to filter the database, to create their own resume, do their own searches and create their own resume books, so they don't necessarily have to ask the Career Center to create those books for them, and they can download them right here. And then, really what's powerful about GPS is the integrated video screening for employers who want to basically disqualify some candidates early in the hiring process. I'm going to focus in on the two basic video screening options built in here for employers. This first option is basically called online interviewing, where the employers can create a short screening interview. It doesn't take much time to do this, probably a minute to 2 minutes. We have a library or a database of screening questions employers can leverage, or they can create their own screening questions. But once they've created a screening interview, they can easily invite candidates to respond. And when candidates do respond, the employer would receive an email notification as well as a notification in their account, and the employer would be able to come in and view the candidates' responses. And so this is kind of a nice screening utility, so you don't have to necessarily go right to telephone screening. You can wait to be notified when you have things to look at, come in and view those responses. And so that's kind of the one option, which is online interviewing. For the second option, I'm going to pause for a second and remove my webcam. My webcam is being used for this video right now. If you just bear with me for 1 second, I want to show you this video conferencing option. So let me close this out, and I'll be right back. So with this option, what happens basically is that the employer schedules a date and time from the browser. This is a browser-based video conferencing system. So unlike Skype, there's no need to install anything or coordinate any kind of the Skype interview. It's done right here. The scheduling piece is right here in the browser. And then also the employer and the student can join this Flash-based video conferencing system also directly through the browser. Flash has come out with some recent updates which has increased its capabilities, and now, as you can see, it's a browser-based video conferencing platform, which we think has inherent advantages over Skype, and headphones are not required. I'm using this just for the movie I'm creating, but in the actual video conferencing environment, the employer does not, or nor the student they don't have to have headphones on. So we think this makes a lot of sense. It does offer chat, and the idea is that if employers do have access to this functionality, at least you'll be giving them the option to use these tools. What are the costs of this kind of technology for the school or the employer? All options are on the table right now. We're just trying to establish interest with the schools, and we have basically ways where we can have schools provide free access to some or all employers to this technology, or schools can basically pass the cost of this on to employers. But this is a revenue generating platform as well, and I can talk to you about that if you're interested in learning more. But to our knowledge, this is really the first program that combines resume searching for employers and candidate video interviewing. The final thing that I'd like to get your feedback on, if you have a chance, Kimya, is this idea of interactive resume books. It's a new thing that Optimal Resume is going to be rolling out. It basically gives the career counselors at a school the ability, if an employer asks you to put together a resume book for a specific purpose, you can go into the optimalresume.com admin system, find those candidates, and create a book. That book would be a unique URL, a link that you would send to the employer, and obviously when the employer clicks that link, they can view all of the resumes that you've added to that book, but also that would give them the ability to basically have video interviewing with those candidates, to go through these very same, use these very same integrated functions to to have a conversation with these candidates that you sent them. So you're not always forcing them to kind of pick up the telephone or do something through email. The tools are all right here. So that's another option I'd like to get your feedback on the utility of that at Vanderbilt. But anyway, I just wanted to have a little something to kind of visualize this university branded GPS option. You can put this, again, it's basically a link. It can a university can only have a university branded portal like this, or you can be listed in both areas on the hub and have your own domain like this. It's up to the school, and all we need to understand from you is, do you want to be in the program? There are no necessarily costs to the school to be in this if you already have Optimal Resume, so we think it makes a lot of sense. If you kind of hear from others in the Career Center that you might want to have a conversation to demo this live or to test this out with me or us at Optimal Resume, we're happy to do that. So thanks, Kimya, and hopefully we can speak to you guys soon about this interesting option. Thanks very much. Bye.